Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Sunday morning. Actually, in the morning. It's podcast time here at Parasocial Pals. I'm your host, Papa Strell. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick. Nick, how you doing today?
Um, I just woke up. We're doing this early because it's Mother's Day, and we both love our mother.
We
So
both love our mother. Not enough to not podcast about Star Trek, but mom's a priority, so we'll move things around.
pretty much, you guys settled on your Mother's Day plans.
Yeah. Mom wants dad to make some fish tacos. I'm gonna head over there early. She's probably gonna spend most of the day in the hot tub. I think it's a little too cool for the pool. Um, but it's been a weird week, so who knows?
Too cool for pool, huh?
Yeah. There was that like crazy hot week last month where I was jumping in the pool and I'm like, this is weird, but whatever. I get pool time.
Huh? Seems to be happening later every year.
Yeah, I
Weird that.
know, huh? I was just reading a thing that like apparently we're in for a really bad El Nino this year, and I'm like, cool, great. I love this world and all the things we do to it.
Yeah, well, we love our mothers, but not Mother Earth, I guess.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah, me and my brother are just making food
Nice. What's your brother
for
gonna
our
make?
mommy. Biscotti.
Ooh, biscotti. And you got the creme brulee.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Let me know how that goes. I think I've had creme brulee like once.
It's like four ingredients, but there's a lot of oven shit you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, because it's sort of like pudding, but you have to bake it and then you have to put the sugar syrup on top and then burn it so that it caramelizes.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's the easy part.
That's the easy part. Of course it is.
Uh, I don't expect it'll come out perfect, but it'll be good enough.
It's from the heart. It's the effort that counts. That's what my mom tells me anyway.
A goopy custard from the heart.
A goopy custard from the heart. Is there anything else we want to cover before we get into Trek? Did anything happen this week?
Um,
Uh,
Star Fox, I
oh
guess.
yeah, that's vaguely Trek-like, even though I think it references a older thing.
I think Star Fox is more of a Star Wars parody, I feel like.
Yeah, well, I know it all wasn't there like a puppet based. It was more like planes, but there was like a puppet based flying show that I think it was parodying.
I'm not sure about that. Um, I don't know, Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
Yeah, there's that.
Can't let you do that, Snoopy.
Can't let you do that, Snoopy. And then Woodstock fucking kills him. Oh yeah, Star Fox will be
Um,
interesting.
we'll see how that pans out. I feel like has tried to resurrect that franchise more than any other.
Yeah, this time, this time people will judge it based on the content and not just the terrible controls, though. So I don't know. We'll see.
Like, I think that game has had more reboots than sequels.
Yeah, if we're counting the fact that Star Fox 64 is really just a reboot of Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, yeah, it's almost entirely. But hey, one of these days they'll get it right, right? It's not like they nailed it
Eh,
on the first or second attempt and then just keep trying to recapture that glory.
I get the feeling some people are gonna buy that game thinking it's gonna play like Star Fox from Super Smash Bros. That's how Fox plays, right?
Yeah, just like Captain Falcon,
He's
that
a run and
Smash
jump and
Bros.
shoot
Guy.
man.
Yeah, he sure is. It's funny because one of the GameCube Star Foxes, Assault, I think. I don't remember, but there actually was like run, jump, shoot. There was even a multiplayer version I played and got
Huh.
fucking destroyed by Slippy because Slippy jumps high and charges a laser rifle faster than anyone else. So he can just get up into high sniper points and kill you. I kind of hate Slippy a little bit more for that.
Well, your wife loves him, so you have to pretend to like him.
I don't. It's one of the hardships of our marriage.
I guess there was also that one Dinosaur Planet game that furries love for exactly one reason.
Yeah. Um, and her name is Crystal. She showed up in. She might have been in Assault. She was in a DS game, Star Fox Command, and possibly Assault. I don't 100% remember. I never actually played Assault outside of the multiplayer. But yeah, she's 100% getting memory hold again. Though I will say, and I doubt they're gonna do this, but they did show off like that little prequel with Fox's
Mm.
dad. It'd be interesting if they then did like, hey, here's a thing that happened after. Like they sandwich it so you get a little bit of something new, but
Hmm.
I don't have enough faith in them to actually do that.
Well, if Nintendo likes money, they'll put Crystal in, but given what they did to that cat, I'm not sure anybody actually wants that.
Yeah. It's weird. I like that they're taking risks, but it's definitely weird.
Well, anyway, let's get into what this podcast is actually about.
We're here to talk about humans in space, not animals. Come on. Say it.
Well, we are animals, aren't we?
Uh, not according to Socrates. Maybe. I don't actually remember what Socrates said. I just remember the chicken thing.
I think that was
I
Diogenes.
don't care. They're all Greek to me.
That is correct. So I guess the two episodes that we watched this week were Mirror Mirror and what's what was
The
the second one?
apple.
The Apple. Yeah, I wanted to call it The Feeders of Vol because that's a better
It
title.
is a better title. Like I get the references they're trying to make, but
Yeah, so I guess we'll start with the synopsis on Mirror Mirror. This episode really mostly circles around Kirk, Uhura, Scotty, Bones. Um, there's a Spock in there, but it's not our Spock.
a Spock, two Spocks.
Um,
Surprised McCoy didn't say anything about that. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, Mirror Mirror, if you don't know what that episode is the one where they go to the mirror universe where everyone's evil. We get to see an evil Sulu, we get to see evil Chekhov, evil
hey, they're not evil. They're alt right. They're authoritarian. They never use the word evil.
bro, they were Nazi saluting
They were
everywhere.
straight up Nazi saluting. There's no way around them being evil.
Yeah, so basically the only new cast addition is a character named I think like Marlena,
Yeah.
who is Mirror Kirk's girlfriend that Kirk has to like woo.
Again.
Yeah. So basic short summary is they're on a planet negotiating for trilithium. The planet is a pacifist planet, and they refuse to hand it over because they are ultra pacifist and they don't want it being used for evil, even if there's the slightest chance of it being used for evil.
Yeah.
So outright refusal. Kirk, being a guy who understands consent, takes no as no and decides to leave. Um, and during that, there is a transporter accident because of like an ion storm or something, and they end up in the mirror universe.
Because of
Uh,
that, there's a transporter accident is half of these episodes. Anyway, sorry.
the tradition will continue.
Transporter accidents will continue until morale improves.
Um, Essentially, a lot of shenanigans ensue as they figure out like that they're in a parallel universe, and they have to, navigate that while pretending to be their alternate selves because somehow even their costumes changed.
Yeah, that was weird.
Um, Eventually, after a long game of cat and mouse, Spock figures them out. Alternate Spock figures them out and logically decides to send them back home so he can get his captain back. And then it kind of ends with no consequences for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's not
we
really a lot of like plot there. It's mostly just having fun watching them like lie.
yeah, navigate this strange new world that they've boldly gone
Like
to.
a lot of it is world building for this alternate worlds. And it's mostly for the purpose of the contrast of the ideals of the Federation.
Yeah. You mentioned that we go back there at some point in the future. Is that going to happen in TOS, or is that not until later series?
On the wiki, it says there's another episode related to the mirror universe, but I don't think it's like directly related.
Okay.
Um, we don't like explicitly go back to the mirror universe until like much later.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I kind of figured since we usually don't retread stuff, but since it's so popular, even at the time, I assume it was pretty popular.
I think so, mostly because like everyone's a little sexier in the alternate
Oh,
universe,
yeah.
a little eviler, a little sexier.
Look, I'll say it. Sometimes evil is sexy. I don't like it, but it's true.
If evil, why hot?
If evil, why hot? So yeah, like you were saying, they start off on this planet negotiating. Nichelle's got her leg up on a fucking terrace for some reason. I don't know. They wanted her to strike a dynamic pose or something.
I think there's something in her contract saying she's got to show off them gams.
Yeah, probably. She shows off more than ever in this episode, and they want more. The man who can have everything and wants more.
Yeah, when they transport into the mirror universe, everyone's uniforms are different, and hers especially is showing a lot more midsection.
Yeah, the just cut the middle of the uniform entirely off. I don't remember. There's a weird thing with sleeves. I think the higher your rank, the less sleeve you have. I don't remember if hers
Kirk
had
wanted to
sleeves.
show off those guns, yeah.
He really did, and I guess if you're Mirror Kirk, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But before that, they're negotiating with some people from a planet I don't remember the name of and a race I don't remember the name of. But they've got like a weird star symbol on their head. Um,
Uh, what were they called? Uh, Whatever, it's not important.
it's super not important. But yeah, Kirk is asking if they can mine their dilithium, and they're like, "No, we're pacifist." And you might use it for evil. And Kirk's like, what are you talking about? We're the Federation. We're literally the opposite of evil. And the guy's like, yeah, but maybe one day you might be evil, and that's too much of a risk to take.
He said even if it costs one life,
Even if it
would
costs
violate their
one
principles.
life, which is really funny considering we watched Invincible the other day as well. Well, like you said, Kirk in this episode understands consent and says, all right, well, we'll talk to you again later, but we won't take it from you unless you give it to us because I'm that good of a guy, he says a little too loudly.
The Hawkins do also note, hey, you could take it from us, and Kirk's like, but I'm not. Think about that.
Yeah, very specifically, he's like, but I'm not. Think about that. It's like, yeah, I know. I could take it. It'd be easy. But then I'd prove
Because
you
of the
right, and I hate that
implication.
more.
They're gonna give us the dilithium because of the implication.
Because of the implication.
Like nothing bad is gonna happen to them, but the implication.
But there's the implication. I don't know what the fuck that is that I wrote. But yeah, so they decide to transport up back to the ship. There's an ion storm, something that they have encountered before. It I don't know. I guess maybe they've done it before and it's fine. It seems like, hey, we're gonna use this fucking matter transporter through this electrical storm. Is that a good idea? Scotty's like, fuck it, I don't care.
Scotty's like, well, it's always fun when something like that happens.
Yeah, we'll
so
give it a
why
shot.
not?
So they
I love gambling.
the Scotsman loves gambling. So yeah, they attempt to transport them up from the planet, and then the transport takes a little too long, and then they show up on the ship with completely different clothing. Kirk's sleeves are gone, them guns are out. Kind of looks like a green Aladdin. Or her's got no midriff.
So he was wearing the a green uniform.
Oh yeah,
early
he
in this
was wearing the
episode,
green
and
uniform at the start.
they changed it out for like a gold vest, like a shiny ass gold vest.
Yeah.
Um, And also, everybody has a dagger now.
Yeah, everybody has a dagger on their hip, which like
Like everybody on the ship has a dagger.
you just always got to be strapped, but not with a gun.
And also, the Federation symbol is replaced by a dagger stabbing the earth, like the what is it? That paint logo.
Oh
What company
yeah.
is that? Cover
Um.
the world.
Mm-hmm. I forget the
So
name of
much
it, but yeah.
pink.
And I think who else was there? It was Kirk, it was Uhura, it was
Sherwin
Bones.
Williams.
Sorry, what was that?
Sherwin Williams is the company I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, the I was thinking
Just
I figured it was one of the newer, more unwell known names. Um
they have the logo of the paint can covering the earth.
yeah.
Imagine that, but with a dagger.
Oh yeah, that's right. Scotty was the fourth one. I was like, wait, Scotty wasn't on the
Yeah.
ship. Scotty was on the crew. Um
Scotty, Bones,
Uhura,
Uhura, and
Kirk.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty and Bones' uniforms don't look that much different. They got like more medals on it, it looks like, but otherwise basically the same.
And they have like that gold sash around their waist.
Yeah, they got the gold sash, which I feel like I've seen Kirk wear in like his formal wear.
Yeah.
Like whenever he's getting court-martialed, I feel like I've seen that sash before. I don't know. Maybe I'm
They
imagining
probably
things.
just had a box of those laying around.
Probably, yeah. But they show up on the transporter deck. They realize they're in different clothes, and then the most surprising thing of all, they see Spock with facial hair,
Yes, a goatee.
a goatee. He rocks
It
it
makes
pretty
him look
well.
even more like the devil.
I'm genuinely curious if it was fake or if it took him long to grow it. It looked pretty good.
um, I bet I could look that up.
I bet you could. Um. So yeah, they show up. Spock is there and asks Kirk a couple of questions, like, "All right, well, what should we do, sir? Standard procedure." And Kirk, being the sly man that he is like, "Yes, standard procedure." And then Spock is like, "All right, standard procedure. Let's bomb the planet." And then Kirk gets a little, "Oh, what did I just okay?"
It was apparently a prosthetic beard.
Okay, well, a hell of a lot better than the fucking Klingon beards they had. Up their beard game.
Well, Nimoy has the pull to be like make it look good.
That he does.
Sorry, where were we?
Spock was asking him like, "Hey, what should we do now? Standard procedure, Captain?" And Kirk is like, "All right, I need to not blow my cover. We're clearly somewhere else." And just tells him, "Yes, standard procedure." And Spock is like, "All right, let's bomb the planet."
I think we skipped over the part where Mirror Kyle gets agonized.
I think that was after because I have that note written a little bit further down. But yeah, I think after that Spock starts talking to Kyle and he's like, "Hey, what's with those irregularities? Why didn't you do your fucking job?" And Lieutenant Kyle, who just keeps fucking showing up, is like, "No, sir, I did my best. I did my best, sir." And then Spock.
And the funniest part is like Spock doesn't have an agonizer on him, a device that agonizes, obviously.
Yeah.
It's Lieutenant Kyle's agonizer that he says, hand it over,
Yeah.
and then he puts it on
And
him.
then he puts it on Kyle. And as the name implies, he is agonized. He gets fucked up. Not killed, though, because he still has to do his fucking job after that.
It's kind of like the high-tech equivalent of like telling your kid to go pick out a branch to be hit with.
Yeah.
Go pick a switch.
Go pick a good one. But yeah, they
After Kyle gets agonized, I think Scotty's like, "Hey, I'll go check out the electronics or whatever. Something must be busted."
yeah, there's something weird. I'll go do my job. And yeah,
also Kirk is like, "Hey, Bones, we feel weird. Let's go to the sick bay."
Yeah. Go to sickbay and see what's up. So yeah, I think they go to sickbay and sort of like recoup and like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah, Mirror McCoy's office is a fucking pigsty.
Oh yeah, it's just fucking full of guns and shit and probably some empty
He's got
bottles.
he's got the like post-it note blocks lying around everywhere.
Yeah. That's right. They see like a table full of weird chemicals and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, well, we must be in a different universe." And McCoy's like, "No, I spilled acid there a year ago, and there it is." Like, well, we
And
must be in
there
a
it is.
similar universe where you would spill acid, you dumbass.
Yeah, everything is like kind of the same, but also kind of different.
Yeah, as they're walking through the halls, everyone is Nazi saluting Kirk. Kirk
Hmm.
gives Kirk gives a hearty Nazi salute the first time, and then half-asses it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think Shatner might have not wanted to do the full salute for image reasons.
Definitely, and I can understand that. Even if it's acting, it's like, ugh, people are gonna see me do this. I don't know. Um, but nobody really catches him on it because he's the fucking captain, as we find out. But yeah, eventually
Yeah,
they,
everyone thinks he's being weird, but none of them have the like balls to really call him out on it.
yeah, kind of learn why a little later, probably just how powerful he is.
His enemies have a habit of
They
disappearing.
just fucking disappeared. They decide to try and get some more information and pretty much go to where they're intended to go. So Uhura and Kirk go back to the bridge. I think McCoy stays in his doctor's office, and Scotty's like, "I'm gonna go check out engineering." And that's when we get to the
Yeah, and
bridge and we get to see punished Sulu.
he takes Bones with him too because he's an engineer now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Scotty's like, "This is a 2-man job." Okay, we'll take Bones with you. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. You're an engineer today.
Yeah, I don't think Bones does do a little bit of doctoring, just a tiny smidge.
Just a little bit. Yeah, there are definitely episodes where he doesn't do shit, so he at least does something. But yeah, after that, that's when we get to the bridge and we get to see punished Sulu.
Yeah, Sulu with the dueling
He's
scar.
got the just a huge scar along the side of his face. It's almost like face off like someone tried to cut off
Hmm.
his face and gave up like 3/4 of the way through.
Um, Evil Sulu is really fun.
Oh yeah, evil.
DK's having the time of his life.
He loves it. Like when he got to be crazy in
Naked time.
Naked Time. I was gonna say Muck Time, but I'm like, no, that's not it. Naked Time. That's right. Yeah,
Sulu wishes he was going through Ponfar.
yeah. He probably maybe in this universe he is all the time forever. Um. So Uhura gets back to her desk. Kirk tells her to look up, like, hey, tell me everything I did in the last day so that I can continue to fake being the captain. And then Punish Sulu walks up to Uhura and is like, hey, baby, why don't you get with the Sulu?
You ever done it in a
You
suitcase?
haven't done it in a suitcase, baby. And Uhura rejects him, of course. Sulu is angry, but goes back to his seat.
I think the only reason he stopped is because Kirk comes on the bridge.
Yeah, that's right. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Kirk hadn't got there yet. That's right. I totally forgot. And then Kirk shows up. So Sulu will do whatever he wants, except when Kirk is around. Seems to be the only person he's afraid of.
Yeah, they make it pretty clear that the mirror universe is kind of ruled by fear.
Yeah, I think Uhura gives him the information like, yeah, Starfleet told you to blow up the planet, and that was your orders. If they didn't give you the dilithium, you were just coming back from that.
I
So
think part of the reason this episode is so popular is because they do a lot of world building on the mirror universe, like
yeah,
more than they've really done for the Federation even.
yeah. I was gonna say like we don't have a lot of information on like how the Federation functions. Like we know what the Enterprise is there for, but that's about it. But here we get a little bit of like mirror Federation. Like, hey, go conquer.
But It also kind of does world building for the Federation because, like Spock said last time, if you know what something is not, then you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the Federation is not like the Mirror Universe, so we can kind of assume that, they don't work the
Yeah,
same way.
they don't do that.
Kind of the opposite.
We would hope
We
anyway.
don't do assassinations.
Yeah, we don't condone assassination and murder and enslavement.
But also the Mirror, like, we watched Invincible, that's kind of our third thing. The Mirror Universe works very much like the Viltrum Empire, for anyone who's also watching Invincible.
Oh yeah, it definitely. Nothing is original, as I keep saying.
Like, it's all about strength and everybody's just constantly weaseling their way up the ladder.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you get to be in power as long as you get there.
And like, you're not allowed to disobey orders unless you can.
Unless you live to tell the tale. So
yeah, what happens when he's on the bridge?
Yeah, so Kirk decides to contact the planet and tries to bully them again, and they're the exact same as they were in the other universe. They don't want to give up the dilithium for evil, and this time they know that the Federation is evil, so they're like, absolutely not. Kirk, very uncharacteristically, according to Spock, gives them 12 hours to change their mind. Everyone on the bridge is very confused and concerned by this. They're like, what? No, we're just supposed to kill him. What are you doing giving him time? What is this, mercy? Who the fuck are you?
Like, Kirk kind of tries to spin it as some sort of scheme or whatever,
Yeah.
but like, everyone's like, hey man, you can't disobey Starfleet.
Yeah, everyone's very weary. They're like, look, man, you can't disobey Starfleet. This is what we're supposed to be doing. But obviously nobody's going to disobey Kirk. But people get a little bit wary. I think Spock says he's going to take Uhura down to medical or something, and Chekhov gets in the elevator with him.
Yeah, Chekhov like grabs the elevator for Kirk after pressing some buttons on his console.
Yeah.
In a very sneaky way.
Yeah, the camera is making you know that this is purposeful.
And yeah, as soon as they get out of the elevator, Kirk gets jumped.
Yeah, Kirk gets jumped by Chekhov and some boys. That's when Chekhov gives us... Go ahead.
This is where we learn that everybody advances through assassination.
Yeah.
Kirk dies, everyone around him gets a promotion.
It's funny...
To fill his slot.
Yeah. It's funny how Chekhov is explaining this to a man who, like, as far as he knows, already knows all of this shit. But it's very useful for us, the viewers. This is the first time we're seeing it.
It's totally within Chekhov to explain things that everyone should already know.
That is true. He loves explaining things people already know, or making comparisons to Russia every chance he gets.
Yeah, the only thing, like, Mirror Chekhov didn't do was reference old Russia.
Yeah, funnily enough.
Reference, 19th century Russia?
Yeah. Because that's the Russia the viewer would understand. So yeah, they're beating up Kirk, but then some of Kirk's loyal men show up and just fucking disintegrate Chekhov's dudes.
Yeah, it's just like one guy. And I think he was one of Chekhov's dudes who like swapped sides.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like a double agent or if he just swapped sides in the moment, but yeah, he did seem like he was there to beat up Kirk.
I think because Kirk like punched him out after that, and then put him in the booth. Mm-hmm. He was one of Chekhov's dude who swapped sides to the winning side.
I could see.
He perceived it.
Oh yeah, that's I was thinking of the bigger guy, the smaller guy that was like he was gonna make me a lieutenant, but you can make me an officer, right, Kirk? Kirk's like, yeah, no, I will totally make you an officer for not killing me.
Then he punches him out and goes, well, not on my ship though.
Not on my fucking ship. So two men just straight up fucking die in that hallway, but they don't kill Chekhov. And one of Kirk's men is like, what should I do? Take him to the booth? Kirk's like, yeah, sure, the booth. He just loves agreeing to things that he doesn't understand at all, and nothing bad ever happens.
Well, I mean, nothing bad ever happens to him.
Yeah. Um, I think this is when they go back to. I don't think he goes back to his quarters. I think they go back to sickbay or something. Um,
I do wonder how this episode would have played out with a different cast. Like, if it was Spock and Chekhov and Sulu.
that would be interesting. Yeah.
Because I think Chekhov still would have got put in the booth.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like, because then the mirror versions of them wouldn't be there, so they wouldn't have to deal with Mirror Spock, who's like the smartest man on the ship,
Yeah.
or Mirror Sulu, the
He's
most
also
ruthless. Maybe second.
Mirror Spock is kind of the only reason they stayed alive for so long, though.
That's also true. Mirror Spock did help them a lot.
What happens after that?
So they go to some secluded room. I think all or most of them are there, and that's when they start asking the computer, like, "Hey, what if we transported during an ion storm? Would that cause us to go to a different dimension?" And the computer's like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." Hey, computer, do you think you could replicate that?
ChatGPT searches.
Yeah, just straight up ChatGPT. Hey, what if?
Hey, ChatGPT, can you vibe code me a procedure for, sending us back home?
Yeah, to setting up the power in the ship to send us back to another dimension that we needed an ion storm previously. Computer's like, yeah, I can do that. I can save it onto one of your little notepads too.
And then it takes Scotty like an hour to go like, okay, yeah, this is possible.
Yeah. I think this is when Bones is like, I'm a doctor, not an engineer, and they go to set up the teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is when we get our first cut back to the regular universe, because they're like, well, hey, if we're here, where are the mirror versions of us?
And it turns out our Spock immediately sussed them out and threw them in the brig.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Thank God Spock is the smartest man on the fucking ship.
I gotta think there was a version of the script where they did get into more trouble on the other side, but they were like, hey man, this is a one-parter. We can't be having all that happening.
We can't do another two-parter.
Which would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Because I feel like the inklings we get of Mirror Kirk is that he's much smarter than what we saw on the other Enterprise, but
I mean, much shrewder. Kirk, at least, we've seen him be very smart, outsmart fucking computers and shit. But Mirror Kirk is definitely like, I'll solve the problem as quickly as possible, I feel. But then again, he also is pretty stupid when he just starts yelling at shit. So
we're skipping ahead a bit, but Spock says, like, the reason he sussed them out is it's easier for a civilized person to act like a barbarian than the reverse.
Yeah. One of the first things...
So I'm guessing the first thing he probably said is, where's your fucking beard, Spock? And Spock was like, you're not Kirk.
Yeah. In the flashback, we see that the mirror people are in the transporter, and they're like, where am I? Spock, where's your beard? So he's just acting very, very belligerent and throwing around orders, and Spock immediately recognizes, something's weird about this. And after he locks all the mirror people up, Kirk is still trying to bargain with him, like, come on, let me out. I'll get you anything you want. Power, money, women, men. But yeah, that problem is basically immediately solved, and then we cut back to Mirror Universe. I believe this is when Kirk is walking around some more, and he sees what the booth actually is.
So little fun trivia fact about me, for the last, 10 years, my PlayStation profile icon has been screaming Chekhov from this booth.
Yeah.
Which is something that they sell for $1 on the PlayStation Store.
For $1, unlike the PS4. I wonder if you can even get that anymore.
I don't know, and I'm not changing it.
Yeah, no, that's a relic of time gone by. So yeah, Kirk sees this glass booth, and there's like a lineup, like a fucking ride, but it's just people being agonized, which I guess they need an even more agonizing agonizer. And so fucking Chekhov is in there getting his booth time, And I think one of the guys asked Kirk, like, "Oh, should I give him the regular amount of time, sir?" And Kirk's like, and then some. A little fuck you, a little I gotta play into the character, and also fuck you.
I think a little bit after that, he's like, all right, confine him to quarters. Don't kill him, I guess.
Yeah, I think they were gonna kill him or something, but I think Spock comes in and asks him some more questions, like, "Hey, Captain, why are you being so fucking weird?" Kirk's like, "My machinations are my own. Don't fucking bother me."
I'll explain when I feel like
When
explaining.
I fucking feel like it.
And that's like the one thing Spock hates to hear. Any version of Spock.
Yeah, the Spock autistic coded thing really shines in some places, don't it?
He needs a logical
He
explanation.
needs it right fucking now.
But yeah, Spock is repeatedly warning him, like, hey man, you're gonna die if you keep doing this.
Yeah, it's like this is against procedure. They can kill you for this. And I become captain, and I kind of don't want to.
I like having a buffer between me and assassins.
Yeah, I think he mentioned specifically, like, being a bigger target isn't what I want. I like that people want to kill you more than they want to kill me.
Like, he repeatedly says that he finds Mirror Kirk to be an effective officer, and I just feel like the Mirror Kirk we saw was not that.
Yeah. Yeah, the little bit that we saw. But even in regular universe, there are definitely shades of Kirk.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe he was drunk, I don't know.
he might have been drunk. I forget where they got this, but I wrote down the quote, "Terror must be maintained." I think that was like, I think that was one of the prime directives of the Federation, the Empire. I think they call it the Empire, don't they?
I believe they call it the Empire. I think in the future they start calling it the Terran Empire
Oh,
to imply
interesting.
that Earth
Yeah.
Earth is the center of it.
Earth is the center. Wow, we really fucking just showed up and started beating ass. Um, yeah, I think I
I
don't
mean,
know.
their logo is the Earth with
Yeah,
a knife through it.
with a knife through it. I don't know if it's now or if it was earlier, but they do like ask the computer, "Hey, tell me all the cool shit I've done as Captain Kirk." And it's like the very first thing is that he killed the old commander of the Enterprise, well,
Oh yeah,
Pike.
the Pike.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
killed William Pike, and he like killed 5,000 people or whatever.
It's like, anyway, you killed your first captain, then genocide, 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 genocide.
It's just a string of genocides. Fantastic work as always, Kirk.
He he's the what Nolan of his universe, I guess.
Yeah.
The Nolan Omni Man Invincible.
Mm-hmm. I think it's at this point that we cut to McCoy and Scotty trying to get into engineering. Previously, Scotty had tried to get into engineering, and the guy's like, "I got to talk to Mr. Sulu if you want to get into engineering, Mr. Head Engineer." So naturally, they decide instead of trying to talk to Sulu or do anything like that, McCoy's just got a hypo that he just injects into the guy and knocks him out.
Oh yeah, his fucking he pulls an Assassin's Creed on him.
Yeah, he just because McCoy's always
Knockout
packing.
hypo.
Yeah,
Look, the dosage makes the poison, so it's the feel good hypo and the go to sleep hypo.
the only difference is the dosage.
One spoonful gives you a little buzz. 2 spoonfuls is a good night's sleep.
3 and you'll never wake up. I believe that's when we go to Kirk and he finally goes back to his quarters, and that's where he meets Clarice or whatever.
I think it's Marlena.
Marlena. Yeah.
The captain's woman.
Yes, the captain's woman. Every captain needs a woman, apparently.
I think she's a lieutenant somehow, but also like her job is just to like
Her job is to hang out in Kirk's quarters and not be killed.
yeah. And apparently he liked her enough to explain all of his secrets to her.
Fuck. Yeah, his. So she again expounds upon things that Kirk should already fucking know. And eventually is like, yeah, no, the reason you're captain is because you use this magic murder machine that you stole from some science lab years ago. And reveals his
Yeah, he
secret
stole it
magic
from an
murder
alien
machine.
scientist and then put it in his room.
Mm-hmm. In his quarters, right next to the door. It's
And it's got that Telosian technology that
yeah,
lets
it's
you spy on
I
people.
was I was noticing that. I'm like, oh, you've got Telosian just fucking viewbot anywhere? That's pretty cool. Um
The debug console.
yeah. It's basically a little screen and like two buttons. One button is just fucking kill a guy, and I guess the other one button is like jerk him off. I don't really know.
I think I have to assume that machine was built for something else, but Kirk only cares about Mirror Kirk only cared about the jettison pod button on it.
Yeah.
It could probably do a whole bunch of helpful things.
It
And he's
could,
like, I can delete
I
people?
could delete. That's the only thing I need to know.
Like, it probably wasn't built for that at all,
Yeah.
but that's what he uses it for.
Um
I forget what she calls it.
yeah,
The Tantalus field.
Tantalus field, that's right. Yeah. Which the name not indicative at all of what it does, at least that we're shown.
No, it does not deprive you of water or apples
Yeah.
at all.
It is
I think also she like compares Kirk to Caesar at some point.
yeah,
Which was weird.
it's like, well, if I'm gonna, yeah, because she keeps asking him like, "Hey, why are you being all weird? Why aren't you killing like you normally do?" And he's sort of like, "Oh yeah, I got this plan. I'm gonna take over everything, baby." And she's like, "Well, if I'm gonna be the woman of a Caesar, I should know his plans, right?" And he's like, "Bitch, shut up."
I think it's kind of a funny exchange because like she's like, "What are you planning? Are you gonna succeed onto the Admiralty board?" And he's like, and she's like, "Even the cabinet? How high are you planning to go?"
How high are you
He's like,
Yeah, he just stumbles through, and she just fills in all the blanks.
it's really a let them think what they want to think
Ye-
sort of deal.
Yeah, but she believes that Kirk has the power.
And also throughout their entire exchange, he's like, how much of a dick was this guy to her?
Yeah. Yeah, she seems I mean, yeah. I can't imagine Mirror Kirk treats his captain's woman any better than anyone else.
No, they're not big on consent on the mirror universe.
It's very mirrored, as you've seen. Eventually she changes into like a sheer dress, which like at times looks like she's not wearing anything under it, but she is.
I would compare it to like a window curtain from like a hippie compound.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rainbow sheer cloth.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really form fitting or anything. It's just like it's there so you can see the outline of her body underneath it.
Yeah. And it does a great job of it.
Yeah.
I think
Also, she also has her abs out like Uhura does.
she does. Yeah. Before that, she's just wearing a outfit similar to Uhura. We don't see a lot of women on the ship now that I think about it. Maybe that's just the standard uniform for women.
It probably is, knowing the mirror universe, but also like I told you this before the show, but like behind the scenes, they had to kind of take the standards and practices person on a long lunch while they were filming the scenes with the women's navels out because that was racy back in the day.
Yeah, it was very. I think this was
They
slightly
they
after,
kind of
but
filmed that one on the sly, so having too many women on the ship would have made it more complicated.
that's true. It would have been more navels to hide. I wonder if this wasn't in black and white, so it had to be after the whole pregnant thing with I Love Lucy. But yeah, still very, very racy and taboo at the time.
I mean, the next episode they explicitly talk about sex.
That they do. Well, it's love. I think this is when Spock calls and is like, "Hey, Kirk, I could be killed for telling you this, but Starfleet told me to kill you if you don't blow up that planet. So, just FYI, because again, I really don't want to be captain."
It was like, hey, so you gave them 12 hours, they're giving you like 6.
Yeah,
Just FYI.
just FYI, buddy. I could get in trouble for even telling you this, but I respect you and I really don't want your job.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, because like many promotions, it's more responsibility with the same pay.
yeah. Don't I know it? So the woman whose name I keep forgetting, Marlena. I remembered. She's very surprised. She's like, "Wow, that Spock guy must really love and respect you, because nobody in this fucking universe would give you a heads up that they're gonna kill you."
Yeah, and she's like, well, it's a shame you're gonna have to kill him anyway.
It's a shame you're
Kirk's
gonna
like, I'm
have to.
not doing that.
You want me to set up to kill him? And she like sets up the Tantalus field. Like, we can kill Spock right now if you want.
And he's like, I'm not killing Spock, and she's like, so you're letting him take the fall for you, and they'll kill him? And
Yeah.
he's like, no, I'm gonna arrange the situation so that nobody has to die. And she's like, what?
He's like, I'm gonna win, and I'm not gonna kill anybody, and this blows her fucking mind. She's like, I don't understand how you can win and not kill anyone. That's not how it works. I think this is when she like tries to make out with him and he declines, and she's like, fine, send me to another fucking ship. I don't want to be here if it's not with you.
I think she says she'll like sleep with every officer in the fleet until she's a captain's woman again.
Yeah. She's
And
like,
Kirk's like, whoa, 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 I'm a feminist. You could do anything you want.
you can do anything.
You don't really need to do that to be a lieutenant, okay? And she's like, but I do.
But I do, and I kind of want to. But eventually he just leaves her horny and confused, as he does so many women.
And she immediately decides to spy on him.
Immediately just turns on the fucking ray and spies on him. And probably considers killing him, but doesn't.
I think this is when he goes back to like Medbay.
I think
Gets
so.
confronted by Sulu.
Yeah, the next thing I have is Sulu. So
Or wait, Uhura has to distract Sulu while they're setting up the engineering thing.
yeah, they talked with engineering. They talked with Scotty at some point. I think he just like called him because they're like, yeah, just use the private chat in the communicator that we have. And Scotty's like, okay, I figured out what to do, but I got to divert power from the rest of the ship, and Sulu's definitely gonna know. I don't think we mentioned this before, but Sulu is head of security in this universe.
Yeah, he changed shirt colors. He's a red shirt now.
He's the red shirt now, number one red shirt. So they're like, yeah, I can do it, but it's going to pop up on Sulu's security console, and he'll probably just fucking kill us because he's head of security.
Also, they straight up compare him to the Gestapo.
Oh, yeah, they do compare him to the Gestapo. It's a fucked up thing to do to a Japanese guy.
I guess Mirror Sulu might be the most evil guy on the ship because he's like a rapey Gestapo guy.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, I guess Mirror Kirk is a genocidal guy,
He
but
did do at least one genocide.
they're all bad.
It's not
Except
a
for
good
Spock,
place
maybe.
if that picture hasn't been painted well enough. But they decide that Uhura needs to be the one to distract Sulu. So yeah, I think Kirk goes to the bridge or something, and like they get the message, hey, it's time to distract Sulu.
Yeah, she flirts with him a little.
Very aggressively, like goes up to Sulu and grabs him. It's like, hey, I rebuffed you before, but that's because I wanted you to come chase me. And like 1,000 incels cried out in fucking terror or whatever. So yeah, Sulu gets super into Uhura, misses
And then she
the
slaps him.
misses the thing on his console, and when it's done, she slaps the shit out of him.
And then he goes into you impertinent wench mode.
Yeah. But she pulls the knife out of her boot, which like would be scary if everyone didn't have a knife.
She also very clearly does not know how to use that knife.
She has no idea what she's doing. Yeah. So she just kind of like knife. I don't want to call it a Mexican standoff because nobody else takes off their knife, but She just threatens them and then goes to the elevator and leaves.
We we call it a British standoff because they're using knives,
Yeah,
not guns.
not guns. And they have shields too. Um,
Uh,
but yeah,
yeah, I
she
think before she leaves the bridge, she just goes, "Do my job."
yeah she tells some other
To
guy to
some
go do
guy,
his job, and he does it.
take over for me, and then she
And
leaves.
then she leaves. I'm going somewhere.
She leaves. She leaves Mirror Sulu blue balled,
Yeah.
which kind of plays against them later. But
Mm-hmm.
is this where they're confronted in the med bay?
Yeah. I have this note written of Spock soloing a bunch of dudes, so that must have happened before. Oh,
That was in the med bay,
okay,
I
yeah.
think.
So yeah, they go to the med bay. Yeah, didn't Spock like grab Kirk and is like, "Hey, we're going to med bay" or something?
Yeah, everyone is trying to meet up in med bay, and then Spock directly confronts Kirk and just like, "I don't know what's up with you, but I know you're not. You're weird.
Yeah,
So."
you're being too weird to be Kirk. Something's got to be going on. Um,
And then they all meet up in med bay, and then Spock fights everyone.
yeah, Spock fights fucking Uhura, Kirk, Scotty, and Bones, and pretty much solos the whole party.
Like it's a pretty drawn out fight scene too, with just
Yeah, with
Spock fighting them.
it, they had some like aerial shots, and I feel like there might have been a stunt double. Spock looked a little different. Um, but yeah, they're going all over that room. It's like that time Kirk had to solo those three airmen in the past.
He's like judo throwing people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's giving them chops. He's judo throwing them.
He's not Vulcan nerve pinching because that's apparently not a thing they do.
Yeah, that's not a thing that we do apparently. Um,
Um. Oh wait. Before that, I think he mind melds with McCoy.
I have that
Or
written
is that
after.
no, that's after. That's after.
I have
He
knife
wakes up
Sulu
after they-
written, so I think Sulu shows up with a knife.
Let's see. Yeah, I think after they beat up Spock and yeah, they break like a skull over his head. and
Yeah,
knock him
that's
out,
right. Uhura tosses Kirk like a skull or a fucking vase or something, and breaking it over Spock's head is the only way to win a 4v1 against Spock.
And they hit his Vulcan soft spot, and McCoy's like, "Wait, he'll die if we leave him."
That's right. Yeah, he's like, he'll die. We have to save evil Spock. And they're on a very strict timer to transport back to their dimension because, of course, they are.
Yeah, they keep saying 10 minutes, but it's been 10 minutes.
It has been well past 10 minutes. But yeah, since they're in med bay, they put Spock on the table, and fucking McCoy does his doctor thing. And I think that's when Sulu shows up.
Yeah, he walks in with like 3 other red shirts, and it seems like they're fucked until the red shirts just fucking disappear.
They just fucking disappear. Yeah, they've all got weapons and they're ready to kick ass, and then red shirts just start disappearing, and we see that it's Kirk's woman in this universe using the Killam ray. Doesn't use it on Sulu though.
No, she explicitly leaves before doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a good line from Sulu where he's like, "Well, apparently Spock succeeded in killing you, and then you killed him in the process.
And then you killed
leaving
him.
me as the captain."
Yeah. Oh, what a shame you guys had to kill each other in valiant combat. Yeah, so I think previously Sulu was like,
yeah.
Sulu was like, I'm with Spock. Like, I'm cool with killing Kirk because if Spock moves up, then I move up. But then he's like, I could probably get both of you.
Well, everyone on the mirror ship is a opportunist. It seems
Pretty much, yeah.
like the only person who doesn't want an advancement is Spock.
Yeah, weirdly. Even though he'll like, if his job is to murder, he'll do it, but he really doesn't want to.
I think it might be before this, but at some point Spock warns Sulu against going after him. And he's like, "Hey, my people will avenge me, and some of them are
And
Vulcans."
some of them are
So,
Vulcans. Yeah, that's right. Um,
which kind of implies that I guess the agonizer and the booth are probably Vulcan technology in the mirror
oh,
universe.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, if they were mirror Vulcans, I could see that.
It's only logical to create a device that does not physically harm a person while inflicting great pain, so
Great.
that they're able to complete their duties after being punished.
Yeah, it's the most logical thing you could do.
Terror must be maintained.
Terror must be maintained. Um, I think, yeah. So after the Sulu fight, then McCoy finishes up with Spock, and then Spock immediately gets up and is like, "All right, I'm gonna mind meld with you to figure out what's going on."
Mm. Yeah, it's he uses different words from like our Spock's mind meld, but it's basically mind rape.
Yeah, it's we are one. I know what you know. I feel what you feel.
McCoy doesn't seem any worse for wear for it though, so
Yeah, he doesn't, thankfully. So maybe he used like a low power version or something.
yeah, so they go to the transporter room and they find the powers off, and he's like, then Spock and McCoy shows up and he's like, yeah, I had to turn the power off to keep you from leaving before I got McCoy here.
Yeah. Before that, they were.
And
Hmm,
oh yeah, Marlena's there too because she wants to go.
yeah, and I think she fights with Nichelle for a second, or Nichelle fights a guy. Um,
Yeah, I think she like pulls a phaser and Nichelle just like slaps it out of her hand.
yeah, because she's like, "Take me with you to your universe. I hate it here." And Kirk is like, "Look, baby, it's a four-seater," and she's like, "Well, there's only three of you." Yeah, well, the fourth guy's coming. I promise. So yeah, then she pulls out a
Yeah,
phaser and Nichelle fucking disarms her.
I recall at that moment being like, well, don't say that because she's just gonna make room.
Yeah, it's like, don't tell her how many people because they aren't all here. But yeah, then Scotty tries to set it up and he's like, "Oh no, the power's been turned off. Fucking, we can still do it, but we can't do it automatically. So someone's gonna have to press the button." And Scotty tries to sacrifice himself, and Kirk is like, "No, I'll be the one sacrificing myself." And Scotty pretty much immediately gives it to Kirk.
To be fair, Kirk would fare better in this universe being a captain
That is
than
true.
Scotty would be. I feel like Scotty is not a chief of engineering in the Mirror
I
universe.
was
He might
think
have got demoted.
he might have, yeah, for being fucking too good.
They don't really expound upon, like, I think they say that Mirror McCoy is too sentimental and weak.
Mm.
Like, I forget who says that. It might be Sulu, but he's like, I could torture information out of McCoy easy.
I must have missed that. I don't remember
He's
that at
got
all.
weaknesses.
It's got weaknesses.
Which is weird because they also say that in the sick bay, like, the nurses were taking bets on how long people could survive, like, pain.
Yeah, McCoy was sickened by what was going on in Mirror Medbay.
But yeah, Spock is just like, I want my captain back. You guys get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Spock is like, I'm the one who turned off the power. I'll turn it back on. Get the fuck out of my universe and give me back my Kirk. Um,
But before that, Kirk gives him his like pitch on, hey man, I got this cool device in my cabin. You can become invincible with it.
yeah.
I think you should do an uprising and take over the empire, maybe.
Yeah,
Make it a more logical place.
there was a weird thing where it's like, hey, Spock, didn't you like have the computer tell you how long the Empire would last before it crumbles? And it's like, yeah, in a couple hundred years. And Kirk is like, well, obviously you should stop that. That's inefficient. That's illogical. You should become the new fucking leader and maybe be less evil. And I have a cool kill everyone weapon that'll help you do that. Maybe.
So that's a really cool idea, but it doesn't happen. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah. It, the fact that we go back there at all is already kind of surprising. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped that entirely.
Yeah, Mirror Spock is just isn't that guy.
Yeah. But yeah, Kirk is trying to convince him, like, hey man, this evil thing will collapse eventually. You should try to be more diplomatic, and I have a weapon that can force the Empire to do that. Anyway, sleep on it. See you later. And then they teleport out.
And apparently that teleports the other versions of them back at the same time somehow.
Yeah, even though originally the reason it happened is because they were both trying to teleport back to the Enterprise at the same time during the same storm on the same planet. But now it doesn't
It's
work
kind of
like
the
that.
same it's kind of the same teleporter nonsense as that like time travel episode one where it's just like whatever, it's magic.
Yeah, it's just fucking they can't do it except when they can. It's just one of those things you have to accept. But yeah, that's when they get back to the Enterprise. Spock is like, yeah, it was super easy to figure out that they were fucked up versions of you guys. Doesn't he make a comment like they were rude, brash, mean spirited, just a perfect example of the human race.
Oh, they had the exact line here. Brutal, savage, unprincipled, uncivilized, treacherous. In every way, splendid examples of Homo sapiens, the very flower of humanity.
The very flower of humanity.
And Kirk goes, "Are we being insulted?" And McCoy goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. I don't know if we're being insulted. I do. Fuck that guy, said the racist doctor that insults him every episode.
And then they proceed to be racist to him.
And then they proceed to be a little racist.
And they're like, "I liked you with a beard."
Yeah, you know, you look better with a beard, actually.
And then also we see the normal universe counterpart to Marlena, and she's just a yeoman.
Yeah, she's just a yeoman that shows up and needs Kirk to sign documents because that's all yeomen fucking do, apparently.
And there's a moment that's too long where he's like, "Well, maybe we could, be friends or something." I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Spock or McCoy or someone's like, hey, do you know her? And Kirk's like, I've never seen her before, but maybe we could be like friends or something.
That would make more sense if they had had sex, but I guess that's not something they can show on a 1960s television set.
Yeah. I don't even remember if he kissed her or if they were just
He
going
does
for it.
kiss her.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that was like
At
what
some
changed
point.
her mind or whatever. It's like, yeah,
She's like, I haven't been kissed like that in a long time.
yeah, that's right.
Nobody's been kind to me like that in so long.
Nobody's been nice to me and not threatened to hit me or kill me.
Do you remember that episode of Justice League where the Flash swaps bodies with Luthor?
I
Kind of do the
only
same thing with his girlfriend.
That's funny. I only know the clip of Luthor in the bathroom being like, I can finally figure out who the Flash is. But that
So
makes
it
a
is
lot of
implied that
sense.
the Flash has sex with Luthor's girlfriend in his body, and then she's disappointed when Luthor comes back.
It's just like that episode of Boondocks.
Everything steals from everything.
It's just a fucking melting pot of ideas that everyone steals from and calls their own. Yeah, I think
But
that wraps up Mirror Mirror.
it's a good episode. It's really fun. There's a lot of like this is the most world building we've ever gotten in Star Trek, I feel like.
Yeah, for how many different universes we've like seen, this is the first time we actually really get anything out of it.
It's really like the cast seems like they're having a great time pretending to be evil.
Yeah.
Chekhov doesn't mention Russia even once, which is a point up in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. He does get a few lines, which apparently he gets every fucking episode for the rest of time. But he doesn't mention Russia.
We get Uhura's abs, which are great.
They are fantastic abs. Holy shit.
I like Mirror Spock's jacket. It looks cool.
It does look cool, yeah. I'm sure there's someone online that's making a version of that. That reminds me of like the Darmok and Jalad episode of Next Generation where Patrick Stewart has that cool jacket.
Oh yeah,
I don't want that jacket. It's a cool jacket.
the captain jacket.
Yeah. I don't know if he wears it at any other time. That was the first and only time I saw it.
He was it a few times, yeah.
Okay. I also haven't seen all of TNG. Someday, though.
We'll get there
We will get
eventually.
there.
If society lasts that long.
Yeah.
But as far as like philosophical stuff, I mean, there's the whole point on like pacifism and consent and the illogic of being evil.
Yeah, the fact that it works out now, but it does eventually crumble, they throw in right at the end. But yeah, it fucking you can't maintain terror forever. Eventually people become
Yeah.
numb.
Listen, you need 50 superpowered beings to maintain an empire,
At
at least.
least, yeah. But what are we
Any
going to
less
do
than
with all
that,
the
you're gonna have
dead
problems.
ones?
Well, you just kind of sprinkle them around your planet, I guess. I don't know.
Just like Salt Bay them around the planet.
But yeah, there's a lot of like food for thought in the episode about like how the Terran Empire even works.
Yeah, I do wish we got a little bit more of like the rest of the evil cast. I would have liked to see Evil Scotty and Evil McCoy.
Yeah,
But there's only so much you can do in an hour.
I feel like if they had decided to do a two-parter and they mixed in like the other Enterprise goings on, it would have been an even more exceptional episode. But as it is, it's like one of the better ones. I still feel like.
Definitely, yeah. Just the world building and the character building for both versions of Spock and Kirk.
But we ready to move on?
I think so, yeah. Let's talk about the apple.
Yeah. So the apple, I guess, it's a Kirk McCoy. Is Scotty there? I don't think Scotty is there. Chekhov is there.
Chekhov is there. Yeah, I don't think we get Scotty this time. He's on the ship
Chekhov,
the whole time.
We get a bunch of red shirts, and we get the hot woman of the episode.
Yeah, the hot blonde
who is,
woman.
Who is Chekhov's girlfriend, who I don't think we're ever going to see again.
Probably not.
I don't even remember her name.
I was just going to ask, does it have a name? Because I don't remember if they say it.
Wiki's saying Martha Landon.
Okay, sure. You know what? I feel like I heard fucking Chekhov say Martha.
And they do name the other officers, but I don't care.
It super doesn't matter.
We also have the Feeders of Vol, who are a bunch of extras dressed like Oompa Loompas.
Just imagine a really tall Oompa Loompa with blonde hair instead of green, and you're pretty close.
Yeah, they all have hair like the fucking Muppet lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's only one who really has a lot of speaking lines, and they all talk like children, kind of.
Yeah, there's some developmental things going on there.
I don't remember the main one's name, and I don't think it matters.
I feel like just call him Speaker is fine. Yeah, they do ask him his name, but it super doesn't matter.
Yeah, he is the Speaker of All.
The Speaker of All.
The plot of the episode is it's kind of a mix of what is it, the Landru episode and the Pod People episode.
A little bit, yeah.
So basically they land on a planet that is supposed to be like an Eden-like paradise, but immediately the features of the planet turn out to be extremely hostile. Like there's rocks that blow up for no reason. There's flowers that shoot a shotgun spray of poison pods at you.
Flowers made out of shotguns, yeah.
There random lightning storms that turn out to not be random.
Yeah.
Eventually they make contact with the inhabitants of the planet after losing quite a few people. Oh, also the ship is stuck in the sky as always happens.
As always. In a decaying orbit, as always.
In a decaying orbit, yeah. They make contact with the inhabitants. The inhabitants are like, yeah, so we're the feeders of Vol. We feed Vol, and they're like, who or what is Vol? And then they point them to a big statue of a like dragon face that they throw exploding rocks into.
It's a pretty cool dragon face.
Yeah, it's like a big paper mache like set that obviously they worked really, really hard on.
Yeah, got big glowy light up eyes and everything.
But they pretty quickly surmise that Vol is a machine, and it is like the main guy that they talk to has like antennas in his head, like a coat hanger that's like sticking out of his neck.
Yeah.
And they kind of surmise Vol is a machine. He has like done a I have no mouth and I must scream to these people and transform them into slaves that exist to feed him rocks. And they go about on their mission to destroy Vol, and they destroy Vol and free, quote unquote, these people from servitude.
Yeah, from the tyranny of having no wants or needs or desires.
And they're basically like the innocent Adam and Eve, and Kirk is the devil.
Well, hey, now,
And
nobody
then
on the
they
ship
fly
looks
off
like the
after
devil.
destroying the civilization.
Nah, we didn't destroy it. We fixed it. Probably.
It's freedom. You'll like it.
You'll like it. If not, tough
But
shit.
yet, the Prime Directive, they talked about the Prime Directive of non-interference before this. They did not listen to it in this episode.
Not even a little. Which, I mean, to be fair, based on their predicament, they did have to stop it.
Vol did not seem interested in negotiating. No.
Not even a little. But I guess we could get to that.
Yeah, that's the basic summary of the episode.
Yeah. So it opens with the cast on a very well-made jungle planet set. It didn't seem like any sort of the exotic plants all looked new. It didn't seem like they reused anything.
It was very much based on like the Polynesian look, because there were like there's like tropical plants everywhere. They kind of have the like volcano sunset in the back.
Mm-hmm. Which we
like
learned
deep red sunset.
We learned the entire planet is like a balmy 76 degrees, and it's like, yeah, that wouldn't support a tropical fucking biome, but whatever. Fucking fantastic temperature in my Southern Californian opinion, though. I'd fucking love to be 76.
Apparently they agreed that it was optimal back in the 70s.
Yeah, it probably was.
60s or whenever this was.
So yeah, they've got all the characters down there investigating the planet. I think Starfleet sent them specifically there to check it out. And they're like, yeah, this place is great. The soil's super fertile, and there's some people that we're gonna go talk to, and everything's great. And Chekhov opens his fucking mouth and he's like, yeah, this reminds me of Russia. And everyone, the viewer included, looks at him and is like, this place reminds you of Russia?
McCoy's like, more like the Garden of Eden. And Chekhov is like, yeah, just outside Moscow.
Yeah, Garden of Eden was just outside Moscow. That's what they teach us in Russia school. So yeah, obviously Chekhov, big fan of Metal Gear Solid 3. Or Kojima, big fan of Star Trek.
Those stupid Russians.
Those silly Russians with their opinions on gods and where things are.
Also, Metal Gear Solid 3 takes place in Soviet territory, not in Russia.
Oh my god.
It's actually in Tajikistan.
Fucking... Is that a real place?
I think so.
I wouldn't know. Sure, whatever. I'm sure it's just south enough of Russia to produce a fucking jungle. But this isn't a Metal Gear Solid podcast, thank God.
Tajikistan is just north of Afghanistan.
As an American, I totally know where Afghanistan is on a map.
Same latitude as South Korea, basically.
You said it's south or north?
It's north of Afghanistan.
Yeah, I don't think that's jungle territory, but whatever.
Basically, it's also the same latitude as Greece, Turkey,
Spain. Not jungly, but Spain have jungles? I never think of Spain as jungly. No one's ever said the jungles of Spain to me.
Well, it's also the same latitude as Massachusetts, so...
Now, the jungles of Massachusetts, if you've never been, check it out. Anyway, they're inspecting this cool plant with a bunch of, well, yeah, they're inspecting this cool plant with a bunch of bullet-like things on it, and then it starts moving, and nobody does anything, and then it shoots a guy.
Yeah, it does the like radar swivel to point at him, and then just goes,
Bam. Um,
and he's got a bunch of like pods in his chest.
yeah, just
Kind of
lodged
looks
in
like
his.
a like imagine if one of those lotus flowers was also a shotgun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, and like really pointy looking too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's the first sign of danger that something is wrong. But they're like, well, send him back to the ship. Let's keep looking at the planet. That's our job after all, is to check out this planet. Yeah, one guy kind of died, but it's fine.
And then Scotty's like immediately, we can't transport you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they are able to get that guy's body back to the ship. But later when they try to leave, Scotty's like, "Oh yeah, there's something weird with the antimatter, Captain."
I think before that, Scotty was like, hey, Captain, there's something weird going on. And Captain's like, well, you can handle it, right? And he's like, sure, I can handle
I
it.
can
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
He's like, does that mean we don't need to worry about it? And Scotty's like, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I just said I can handle it.
And then it turns out he can't handle it.
Turns out it gets worse. Um so I think after that that's when they find the rocks, and I don't remember if it was
They do a lot of cutting back and forth between Scotty in this episode.
yeah, this is, and I've noticed this is not the first time we've had a Scotty is in charge on the ship while something bad happens, while everyone else is on the planet while something bad happens.
Sulu never gets to be in charge. I kind of understand evil Sulu's thing now.
Yeah, I would want to be fucking head of security too, so I could do shit.
Where's Sulu and his botany when we need him?
Yeah, seriously, or his like ability to find magic guns.
What happens after the?
They're looking around. They find some cool looking rocks. One of the guys grabs one and throws it aside, and then it like explodes and knocks him the fuck out.
Oh, I remember Spock finds the rock and he's like, "Hey, look at the composition of this. Super easy to break." He breaks it in half and then he tosses it aside and it immediately explodes.
Yeah,
And then he puts it down gently.
he puts it down very gently, which is like, it's kind of weird that snapping it in half didn't make it explode, but whatever, for the gag.
Yeah. I'm not sure why breaking it didn't cause it to explode, but yeah.
Yeah. I think they're heading towards the village of people that they scanned. And I think after the exploding rock, that might be when Kirk is like, "Hey, let's try to leave." But then Scotty's like, it's too late. We can't." Or maybe that was after the lightning.
No, the lightning doesn't come till later.
Yeah. The next thing I have written is Spock gets shot.
Whatever. There was a guy who was sneaking up on them.
Yeah, they noticed some sort of humanoid sneaking up on them, but they weren't able to get a good look at it.
Spock also notices there's like an artificially produced like vibration all over the planet.
Yeah, there's something weird going on this planet, Captain.
Their antimatter pods are inert.
Mm-hmm. Which seems really bad, but at first McCoy doesn't, or that fucking hell. Scotty says it's not that big a deal. But then it becomes a big deal.
Yeah, then I think as they're discussing things, Spock notices a flower is taking aim and then pushes Kirk out of the way and takes the
That's
bullet for
right.
him.
Yeah, it's trying to shoot Kirk as he's talking to like Bones or something, and Spock pushes him out of the way and gets shot. Unlike the other guy,
McCoy
Spock
shoots
doesn't
him up.
Die. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Vulcan. He's more special.
He's so special. So
he's built different.
McCoy shoots him up with his patented fucking McCoy fucking drugs.
He's got two hypo, downer and upper, and it's just a matter of
it's just remembering which is which.
And he pumps him full of the upper.
Yeah, he says he gave him like enough for a whole team of dudes. But
And then he gets back up.
he gets back up, and the seeds are gone from his shirt, and the holes that they made when they blasted into his chest are gone too. Hell of a hypo that fucking McCoy's got on him. But yeah, then he just gets up like basically nothing happened.
And then a guy gets vaporized.
Yeah, that's when
storm.
the freak lightning storm happens. It's very nice, and then all of a sudden there's a lightning storm, and a guy gets hit by lightning and just fucking disappears, just evaporates.
Oh yeah, I think before when the first guy gets like potted in the chest, that might be our actual like fastest redshirt death.
Yeah, that was within like 5 minutes of the start of the episode, if that.
Like before we had what's his name faking his death as the fastest death.
Yeah,
in Starfleet, but I think this might be the fastest actual death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy couldn't be saved with a hypo, unlike Spock.
Yeah, I think there's like 6 red shirts on with them, and I think almost all of them die in this episode.
I'd say just about. I feel like at the end they got 1 or 2, but yeah, they all die pretty gruesome deaths.
And each one apparently weighs on Kirk very heavily because, like, I knew his parents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one, the lightning guy, I think specifically, he knew his parents and he got him into Starfleet or the other way around. I forget.
Yeah.
He's very distraught by this red shirt dying.
And Spock and McCoy are like, hey, man, you couldn't have done anything to prevent it. He's like, well, I could have tried to leave at the first sign of danger.
Yeah. Even though my job was to not do that, I should have done it anyway because I'm James T. Kirk, damn it.
But apparently they couldn't beam back even if they wanted to, so...
Yeah. I don't know if it was earlier or now, but they do try to beam up and it's just not working, Captain.
They try to beam up while Spock is unconscious and they have that one red shirt straddling him.
Yeah, that was... I guess that makes... They only have so many spots on the transporter, so sometimes you got to double up.
I don't know what that was about, but I'm assuming it's a space-saving measure.
Definitely.
I think that's when they catch the guy who's sneaking up on them.
Yeah, that's when they finally catch the guy and learn that it's a fucking Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, Kirk, like, punches him in the face, and he's just like, what?
First thing he does
is... You can do that?
Punches him. And then Kirk has the fucking audacity to be like, stop, I won't hurt you.
I think that's when he introduces himself as the leader of the Feeders of Vol. He's the speaker for Vol.
Yeah.
Who hears Vol through the antenna on his neck.
Yes, the antenna that was installed on his neck so he could hear the word of Vol. Vol is all. Vol is the creator. Vol is love. Vol is life.
I think it's implied that these, like... Vol did some, like, evolutionary shit, because he said they were installed back during the dim time, so Vol might have been, like, a high evolutionary type deal.
Could be,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna make these monkeys just smart enough to do what I need them to do.
Just smart enough to feed me rocks.
Look, you take the rock and you put it in the hole. It's
not
hard.
Put it in my mouth.
No, stop doing that. Stop humping.
Definitely stop doing that.
Yeah, they kind of talk to these villagers a lot, and find out, like, they're not allowed to fuck or do anything that doesn't serve Vol, really.
Mm-hmm.
They can dance and they can, like...
Yeah, they can dance and sing.
Woven skirts or whatever.
Yeah. And eat blue apples.
They're supposed to be like the innocent Adam and Eve on Eden.
Yeah.
Because that's what this whole thing is an allegory for.
Yeah, when the speaker takes them to the village, and the first thing Kirk asks is, where's the children? And he's like, what the fuck is children?
He's like, little guys, they get bigger, look like you, kind of.
Oh, replacements.
Like, oh, replacements. We don't need those.
We don't have those.
Yeah, they don't know what love is either.
They have no concept of love. Despite that, they're very accommodating. They give them like a place to rest and food immediately.
Yeah, they seem like good-natured people,
mm-hmm.
but
just not too smart.
They all kind of look like Oompa Loompas or Gyaru girls. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got like weird tan, not quite Oompa Loompa orange, but very orange and
And like
blonde
bright
hair.
white wig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
They all
they're
have like
all
luau flowers around them.
yeah, they got luau flowers around their wrists. They're all wearing like long grass, not quite grass skirts, but like woven skirts.
They kind of have like decorative makeup on their face too, like little symbols or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Like white eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of that is supposed to be like their natural look and how much of it is like tribal makeup.
Yeah, it's really unclear if they are like some like super crazy alien species or if they're basically human.
Um, I think eventually they take them to see Vol, and we see the like snake-headed statue, or
Yeah,
like
just
it's a cave that's like snake-shaped. I guess it has eyes.
yeah, it has eyes and like one fang. Just before that, we do cut back to the Enterprise, and Lieutenant Kyle is there, like doing
Mm.
his best. The I think this is when they find out that the ship is caught in a tractor beam, and it's
Oh
like
yeah,
pulling
yeah.
them towards the planet. And Kyle's
As
doing
always
his
happens.
best, yeah, but he just can't get him out of the tractor beam. And that's when Kirk is like, "Scotty, get out of that tractor beam, or you're fired." So
Yeah, that's kind of the recurring joke through the thing.
yeah, it's like if you can't stop yourself from dying, then you're fired. Um,
Scotty, if you die, you're fired.
you're fired and we're fucked. But yeah, then after that
Um,
they go to Vol, um, and there's like
yeah, and then
a
Spock gets knocked on his ass from a force field.
yeah. He's like, "Hey Spock, do you think there's like a force field?" Bong, and he like gets fucking knocked out. And Spock's like, "Yeah, there's a force field, Captain."
Um, yeah, they're trying to like find a way to talk to Vol, and the lead guy's like, "Yeah, Vol only talks to me, and he only talks to me when he's hungry."
Yeah, and he's not hungry right now. He's sleepy. But he
Um,
hungers often, it seems. He says that Vol will wake up and ask for food soon.
yeah, apparently, I think there's an implication that Vol is like getting hungrier often, more and more often because he's fucking with the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think like Kirk and Spock are like doing a stakeout um around Vol for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I think
let's
they're
see.
like
At
trying to
some
analyze him and figure out like how he works.
Yeah, I think this is like when like Spock and McCoy have their argument about like, hey man, uh their environment is pretty perfect, and McCoy's like, they're not advancing, they're just doing nothing.
Yeah, they're arguing over whether or not it's good to leave them as they are. They're happy, they're content, they're not sick or dying. I think this is a little bit later, but McCoy examines them and is like, I can't tell if they're 20 or 20,000 years old.
Yeah, they don't age, they just remain as they are forever.
Yeah, Vol takes care of them in exchange for rocks. Um, and McCoy and Spock
To be
are fighting
fair,
about whether or not that's good.
I would feed a machine rocks forever if it meant my environment could be 76 degrees at all times.
Yeah, seriously. Though not being able to have coffee sucks. Wait, can I put cream in my
Yeah,
Mountain Dew?
he did kind of turn them into space
He
Mormons.
kind of turned him into Space Mormons.
But that's just because he's like doing population control. I think at some point, like Chekhov and his girlfriend like sneak off to go make out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it didn't seem like it, but I think there was like part of their plan was to sort of teach them things that they don't know and hope that maybe they like rise up against Vol or something.
Mm,
But yeah, they fucking Chekhov gets to go make out with his girlfriend, and then two of the natives see, and they're like, "Oh, what is this that they're doing? I've never heard of this."
yeah, they try to copy them, and by copy them, I mean the guy puts his hand on the girl's shoulder,
Yeah,
And then I guess they kind of kiss a little. Like, I think he like kisses her cheek.
Yeah, he just like kisses her cheek. It's very, very Mormon.
But the speaker of Vol catches them in the act, and Vol is not happy about
Yeah,
this
there's
and
this.
decides to murder the crew of the Enterprise for corrupting his people.
Yeah, this angers Vol greatly. So the speaker
So he
tells.
decides to corrupt his people further by teaching them how to kill.
Yeah, he tells all of the natives, "Hey, let's come meet me in this place at night." Um, so then they go meet, and it's like, "Hey, Vol wants us to murder the new people," and they're like, "What the fuck is murder?" And it's like, "It's cool. Vol told me what murder is and how to do it." So imagine that this watermelon is a head, and this stick is a stick, and he just smashes the shit out of that thing.
He does like the whole like anime beach episode thing
Yeah,
with the
with
kendo sword and the
and the
watermelon.
watermelon, yeah, just fucking like destroys it. With like a weird sort of metal knife thing that we've seen around the
So
landscape.
yeah, there's like a metal like fork or whatever that they like this prop is just around the jungle at all times, and they call it a stick. And then they use sticks later that look kind of similar, but like thinner.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah, they,
Is it like they carved them to be a better shape for murder? Because it was already kind of a good shape for murder to begin with.
yeah, that first one was way better. Um, but yeah, for whatever reason, they get the sticks.
I think they ran out of the cool prop.
I think this is when Spock and Kirk are in their hut with everyone else sleeping, and they're talking about the Prime Directive. They call it the non-interference directive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Kirk is like, "Well, yeah, we shouldn't interfere, but these people need to grow, and also I need to get off this fucking planet."
I forget at what point Spock gets hit by lightning because he totally gets hit by lightning.
I think it's shortly after this. I think
Mm.
they come in to try and kill them or whatever, and they manage to fight them off, but then there's a lightning storm.
Yeah.
And then Spock gets lightninged, and unlike the guy who fucking disintegrated, Spock just has a really bad burn.
Yeah, Spock kind of has plot armor.
Yeah, Spock has like
As is
fucking
becoming evident.
super Vulcan plot armor.
He has like second degree burns. And McCoy's like, well, it's painful but not serious. And Spock's like, it's pretty serious to me.
Yeah.
Shit hurts.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Then we have the fight scene with the villagers.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think.
That's when the villagers try to fight him.
And Miss Lady is a better fighter than Chekhov.
Way better than Chekhov, yeah. She
Like,
takes
she's
down
doing
multiple
judo throws. Like she's like the Black Widow of her era. If this were a modern day episode, she would be doing that like swing around the neck with her legs thing.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was hoping the Uhura fight would be like in the previous episode. But yeah, she like kicks multiple like dudes' asses. Armed dudes. They all got weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they get their asses beat, and they basically throw them in the house that they were using.
Yeah, after they like subdue them, the villagers are really submissive. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know you could fight back. I
Yeah.
guess
Like, we lost. I guess we'll do what you tell us.
I thought you just kind of put your head on the ground so we could smash it like the watermelon, but that didn't happen. So, and then Vol's like, "Feed me," and Fox like, "No, don't let them do that."
Yeah, the villagers are going to feed Vol, and they're like, no, and they just hold out their hand, and it stops them. And the speaker, no, we have to feed Vol. He's, no, I'm telling you, you're not feeding Vol.
Like, I guess the villagers are made to obey orders without question. So.
Yeah, they lived potentially thousands of years just doing what someone tells you. When someone tells you to do something, you do it.
Yeah, and then I think they go to confront Vol directly.
Yeah, I think just
They're
before
like,
that, they contact Scotty.
Yeah.
And Scotty's been spending the whole episode like, okay, I'm gonna draw all the power from the ship to try and put it into the engines to get us out of this tractor beam. It's gonna take like 8 hours, and Kirk is like, don't you have like 8 hours and 15 minutes? Scotty's like, well, if I'm gonna die, I don't want to have to do it too long after I failed.
Mm.
So then they do their plan. They try to get away from the tractor beam. They get a little bit away, but they get like an extra hour of time before the decaying orbit kills them. But they're not able to get away, and that's when Kirk fires Scotty.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I think
when,
the plan ends up being the same thing as with Apollo, where there's just like, well, let's just drain his fucking power source.
yeah, let's just drain his
Tire
power.
him out.
Because I think after that, that's when Vol is like, feed me. And then they're like, oh, well, maybe the shit we're doing is draining its power, so maybe we should drain more of its power.
So yeah, they end up just draining his batteries entirely.
Yeah.
They never even speak to Vol at all.
Yeah, it's a shame. They do literally the same thing they did in Apollo, like you were saying. They have Scotty, who apparently his trick fucked up most of the things on the Enterprise, but thank God not the phaser banks. So they just shoot Vol until he dies. Literally.
Yeah. And then they give a long speech to the inhabitants of the planet, and are like, "Hey, so your entire way of life is going to change from here on out. We're gonna help you a little bit, but yeah, I hope you like having your entire way of life upended."
Yeah, we're gonna tell you about the concept of farming. We're not gonna actually teach you how to do it. So figure that out before you run out of food, I guess.
And then Kirk's like, "So you're gonna start reproducing from here on out?" And they're like, "What? How?" And he's like, "You'll figure it out."
Yeah, he sees like the two holding hands, and he's like, just keep doing what you're doing, you'll figure it out.
Like, it just seems wildly irresponsible on his part, but okay.
Yeah, like
I'm sure it'll all work out, I guess.
like the necessity of having to stop Vol in order to not kill his crew, that I understand. The part where you leave an entire civilization kind of high and dry because you've got an hour time limit, a little fucked up.
Like, I said, this is like when we were watching this is like taking a bunch of shelter animals and letting them loose
Yeah.
into the street, or like the eagles that can't survive out in the wild. You're just putting them out.
Yeah. It's like, unfortunately, these people are not iguanas or fucking boa constrictors. They're not going to survive without help. But it's fine because Kirk doesn't want him anymore.
Also, they end the episode by calling Spock Satan.
Yeah, they make the literal comparison to the Garden of Eden again. And they're like, well, fucking, isn't the guy who gave him the knowledge of right and wrong Satan? And McCoy's like, I don't know. Does anyone on the ship look like Satan to you, Kirk? Kirk's staring at Spock. No, I don't think so.
Which is weird because he doesn't look like Satan to me.
Ah,
Bruce Campbell looks more like Satan to me.
yeah, he doesn't have the chin for a Satan is the problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Satan.
Thanks, Satan. Maybe not such a bad guy after all. Yeah, they have a laugh and fucking go somewhere else.
We skipped over the guy who stepped on a rock and died.
Oh yeah, he did step on a rock and die. I forgot about that. Yeah, more red shirts died
because I'm looking at the trivia section, and it says Jay Jones, a frequent stunt performer, was seriously injured while filming the exploding rock scene.
Oh shit, really? Did they actually put explosives in the rock? What the fuck?
It was the 60s, I guess.
Yeah, I get fucking there's no other way to get this shot. We gotta put fucking bombs in the rock, dude.
Let's see. What other is there any other interesting trivia they have?
Just don't tell me that the body paint was made out of fucking asbestos or something.
There was one part after Spock seemingly died after the pod where Kirk is like, "Do you know how much Starfleet invested you?" And he starts listing numbers but does not give units.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's like 100,000. Shut up, Spock. That was a rhetorical question.
I'm guessing that would be hours because they don't have money.
Yeah, my first thought was money, but now that you say that, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess they.
Oh, and they also said the saucer separation in this one, which is not something that we actually see until way later.
Oh, did they? Is that what they were talking about?
Or oh, it says the episode's original script called for an emergency saucer separation.
Okay, yeah, because I could see that as being the when they're trying to break away from the
Uh,
tractor beam.
Due to budgeting, the effect was only mentioned and not seen. It was seen for the first time in TNG's pilot episode Encounter at Farpoint. And then we rarely ever see it again.
Oh, yeah, that's something I have seen the saucer separation, and I've heard that like that's not something that happens. I didn't realize it was supposed to be in TOS. I thought that was a next generation thing.
Something that, or sorry, I think it's something Gene Roddenberry always envisioned and like wasn't able to get done until TNG,
Hmm.
and that's why it's like the first thing you see because he always wanted it to happen.
Oh, is that in the? Oh yeah, you said the pilot episode. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Encounter at Farpoint is the first one.
Ah, I'm. Other than the fact that it looks like the traditional flying saucer, I wonder why he wanted that so bad.
Um, it's cool. You can
Yeah,
sell toys.
you can't sell toys. It's kind of surprising, like especially that they didn't try it for the one where they go back in time to basically Roswell. Like, yeah, you'd think they'd find a way to shoehorn that in.
Yeah, we did kind of get the classic flying saucer with what's his name's dimension machine in Alternative Factor.
Yeah, that's right. The like straight up Jetsons fucking flying machine.
Uh, we kind of gone over like my gripes with this episode on Kirk's total irresponsibility towards the inhabitants of this planet.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he found some people to stay back on the planet, or maybe he got some books from Starfleet. But yeah, on its face, it's very fucking irresponsible.
But it's kind of the same deal with the Pod People planet, where it's like, why couldn't you just left them be, man? I mean, I know they had to destroy Vol because Vol was not cooperating,
Mm-hmm.
was not amenable to negotiation. I feel like in TNG they would have found a way to communicate with Vol to just let them leave.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They would have been like, look, we'll give you anything. Just fucking let us leave and not fuck up your shit, even though it's kind of fucked.
And even then, it's not really clear why Vol was trying to keep like tractor beam the Enterprise, unless it just didn't want anyone knowing it was there.
Yeah, they don't really get into his anything about his origin or his motives or anything like that. He's probably a machine, but we don't really know. Um,
Yeah, at least with Landru, we get like why Landru exists and what it's for.
yeah,
But like with this, it's just like I guess it's just supposed to be God,
yeah. Like
an
it
unknowable thing.
even with Apollo, like there was a reason. Like I need your devotion because that's my energy or whatever.
I think this and the Apollo episode are like kind of the lead up to the like Gene Roddenberry atheism, where it's like, no, it's actually a good thing that we got cast out of Eden. We're better off
We don't need God
out outside the grace of God.
except the one.
And also his fucking Protestant work ethic of people should always be advancing.
People should always be advancing and growing. If you're not, you're hurting yourself, and I have to stop that.
Being comfortable is bad. You should be always advancing. Unless it requires you to assassinate people, then you shouldn't do that.
If it wasn't the advancement, I'd say that's just Catholic, but
I don't know if there's anything else to glean from this episode, though.
yeah, I mean, I wonder how much one of Vol's eyes goes for on eBay.
Oh, I wonder what they did with that set.
Oh, they probably just tore it down and burned it in a fucking chemical
Yeah.
fire.
It cannot still exist. No way.
Yeah, that's like I it's a thing that I hear a lot about in video games, and I'm sure it's not exclusive to that, but where they would just like, all right, we finished this game, fucking write over the old code with the new one. We're starting another. Um, it's very pragmatic. It's just a shame that so many things just like lost to time.
Yeah. I remember Will Wheaton saying he stole a lot of props from the Star Trek set, though.
Good. I would.
Uh, yeah. Do we want to rank them?
Yeah, let's rank them.
Apparently, the guy who plays Chekhov in the reboots, Anton Yelchin, was like, he watched this episode as a prime example of Chekhov's eccentricities of his ignoring the mission in favor of making out with a girl.
Somebody's got to do it, and Kirk wasn't doing it, so the fucking Chekhov had to man up.
We didn't really mention it, but like during the makeout scene, she's like constantly expressing concern on the situation. He's like, I just want to make out.
Yeah. Like, but what if we all die? Chekhov's like, well, then let's make out, baby. What else are we going to do?
Because he's 22 years old, and that's what's on his mind.
That's right. He is 22.
Yeah, let's rank them.
Let's rank them. God, we can't even fit them all on one page anymore. Mirror, mirror.
I think it's pretty high up there.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe. Somewhere around Corbomite maneuver for me.
Yeah, I was trying to think, is it better or worse than Corbomite?
I think it's as far as like the whole cast getting something to do.
Yeah, Corbomite is definitely a Kirk episode where this is a everybody gets something episode. Like Corbomite gives us more into Kirk's, like regular Kirk's problem solving. But yeah, as an ensemble, I think it is better. I think I'm cool putting it above Corbomite.
Yeah, I can agree.
And even though we get a lot of backstory for a universe that we're not going to go back to, we do get a lot of backstory, which is something we certainly didn't fucking get in Corbomite.
Like I said before, it exists as a juxtaposition of the ideals of the Federation.
Yeah.
Everything that they are, the Federation is not, which informs us,
Yeah.
I suppose.
You would hope.
And the apple.
The apple.
Ooh. I feel like it's just a better version of Who Mourns.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can disagree. I don't even remember where the fuck we put it.
It's kind of towards the bottom. I don't think it's that bad, though.
Yeah, I would definitely take it over Shore Leave.
Maybe somewhere around, like, Operation Annihilate or The Naked Time.
Yeah.
It's not, like, a terrible episode, but, like, I don't know.
I could put it...
Like, the props are really good.
The props are... Yeah, they put a lot of effort into the prop and the... Like, way more than we've seen in some episodes for the sets and the props and the costumes.
And we do get that one lady kicking ass.
Yeah. I could put it above Dagger of the Mind.
Yeah, I can see it there. It's just like, as a sci-fi story, it leaves a lot to be desired because there's just a lot that's not considered.
Yeah. But it's just
I just wish there was more of Vol.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like the moral of the story not really connecting with me that's making me downrate it. But
I mean, considering that is maybe not the point of Star Trek, but a big part of Star Trek. I think that's fair. Like the whole point is to show how the best of humanity, and this episode kind of does not do that.
It's kind of like Kirk goes full imperialist on them.
A little bit, yeah. Like instead of taking over, like, just like fucking apathy. It's like, whatever, you do it.
The exact line he says is, "It's freedom. You'll like it.
You'll like it." Yeah.
Yeah, they'll greet us as liberators.
Very soft hand tyranny, if you will.
Yeah. It's called love. You'll like that too.
You'll like that too.
But, like, I would be very interested to know the past of that planet. Like, why is Vol there?
Yeah.
Were those people sentient before he came here?
Yeah, has Vol always been there? Did someone put Vol there?
Kind of do interesting things with that in the far future, because Deep Space Nine has antagonists called the Founders or whatever, and they explicitly uplift other species to do their bidding.
Oh, really?
Like, if you've heard of the Jem'Hadar, those are...
That sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you anything.
They're basically like a warrior caste that exists solely to serve them as warriors, and they get all of their feeding from, like, milk in a tube that is directly injected into their bloodstream, and they are severely addicted to it.
Oh, of course they're addicted to the milk.
And like the features of all, they're not allowed to breed on their own.
Yeah.
But that is especially displayed as something that is extremely dystopian. And they deal with the consequences of it, too. So.
Huh.
Yeah, the sci-fi gets more sci-fi in the future.
Yeah. I guess when you lay the groundwork for something like this, you have more room to be more sci-fi about it.
But we'll get into that in like 4 or 5 years, I guess.
Couple of years, yeah.
What do we got coming up?
Yeah, what do we got coming up next?
Guess we could talk about Invincible too, but
yeah, we can. Let's get the names on here first.
Yeah, what's coming up next is... We have The Doomsday Machine, which I don't remember, but looking it up, apparently it was nominated for a Hugo.
Oh, shit. So,
well, that might be good.
Yeah.
And then Cat's Paw, which I do remember as being bad. Bad. It's a Halloween episode.
A Halloween episode in space? Okay. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, I remember that one being dog shit, or cat shit, as it might be.
That'll be fun. Sounds like fun.
But yeah, our third thing is we kept referencing was Invincible.
Yeah.
We also finished Paranormal Sight, but there's less to say about that because it's full of spoilers.
It's full of spoilers. It's a cool game. Check it out if you like visual novels, especially if you like Paranormal Sight 1.
But also, Invincible is full of spoilers, but everyone on Twitter has already spoiled every moment of it. So
yeah, seriously.
Who cares?
And we haven't even finished it, so we don't get to the big spoilers. Even though I think I just saw a big spoiler like this morning, kind of pissed about, but that's fine. But yeah, so this is the season of Invincible.
There's quite a few parallels.
Yeah.
They steal the entire Enterprise.
They sure fucking like, goddamn. Doesn't look like the Enterprise. That's how they got away with it, I guess. But the interior is it looks straight stolen from TNG.
I saw someone lamenting the popularity of Invincible, and they're like, I can't believe this is like the most popular thing. And someone's like, how can you not understand why What If Gohan was Spider-Man is popular? Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all the tropes of shonen anime mixed with all of the tropes of comic books.
Yeah, mixed with all the Western comic books. It's all things to all people.
And a lot of civilian murder.
A lot of civilian murder. I mean, some of them were just
multiple genocides this season.
Yeah. Some of them were just captured, and I wonder if we'll get more information on what was going on with that.
You talking about the
The Flaxen invasion?
Flaxons?
Yeah.
We got the Flaxons and the Talaxons mixed up a lot.
They're too similar. One of you guys needs to remove an X.
One is bug people, and the other is bug people who die fast.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Slightly more human bug people.
One is bug people who die within like 3 years. One is bug people who die within seconds because they live in another dimension that goes slower or
Different
something.
time, yeah. But they mentioned when they were taken prisoners, it's the first time they've done that. So I'm curious to see if
Yeah.
we get a reason, because we didn't get that before the end of the episode.
I think we will because Robot and Monster Girl are stuck over there or something.
Yeah, I would be pissed if the rest of this season plays out and we don't get any of that.
But yeah, the theme of this season of Invincible is war.
War were
There's
declared.
just war on all fronts.
Yep.
Like war in hell, war on the between dimensions, war between Viltrum and everyone else.
Everyone in the universe.
The not Federation of planets.
Yup. And fucking Invincible has to save everyone.
The interplanetary like coalition is basically the Federation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what they're going for.
Although the interesting thing is that Star Trek is never really super interested in who's leading the Federation. Like, you see in TNG, you see the Federation president like once, and he's a weird fucking alien looking dude.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like we know that the Mirror Federation has a council, but I don't know if we've ever heard anything like that from the Federation.
So what's very funny is that in New Trek, they also do mirror universe shit. Guess who the emperor of the mirror universe is?
Uhura.
No, it's Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, she has her own spin-off now.
She has her. Oh, they're
Yeah,
making a
they
whole
just
show
wrote
about that, huh?
Yeah, it's the Sector 31 show.
Oh, I'd heard that, but I had no idea what it was actually about. I think I remember hearing Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, so she somehow comes over to our side and then becomes an anti-hero for some reason.
Oh, that's even weirder. I thought it was just going to be What If Evil Star Trek. Like, that might almost be interesting.
So one of the twists of the initial twist of Star Trek Discovery is that the captain, who is played by Jason Isaacs, Malfoy's dad,
Oh, wow.
is actually a replacement from his mirror universe counterpart. So it's the mirror him pretending to be him
Pretending to be the
while
regular
being
him.
the captain of a ship.
Ah.
Yeah. And then the main character is like sussing that out as the first season goes on.
Like Dexter, but in space. Got it.
Pretty much.
I've never actually watched Dexter.
I've seen like a few episodes. It's very of its time. Anything else to say about Invincible though? It's cool.
Mustaches are evil. It's cool. Definitely the lowest animation budget we've ever had, but it's not like unwatchable. It's not bad because of it, but it's noticeable.
Yeah, I wish they would spend less money on like celebrities.
Yeah, that would. We don't need all those celebrities.
Especially because they have poor Grey DeLisle like in the fucking
Yeah.
booth.
In the booth doing every side character.
In the torture booth doing every voice.
The agonizer booth.
We can get Alex Lay in there. He can do
Yeah, he could sub in.
voices.
Oh, I bet he would love that.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons kind of feels like he's phoning it in at points.
Yeah, there some of those earlier episodes, he definitely sounded like he was phoning it in.
Sandra Oh gives the performance of her life.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna win like a whatever the cartoon Emmy equivalent is.
Yeah. Hopefully it's still Emmy.
I mean, it's Sandra Oh, so I think she has enough clout to swing that.
She definitely
They
could.
wouldn't give it to any other like regular voice actress. Grey is never getting an Emmy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who plays the And sorry for bringing this up. The psychiatrist in Rick and Morty.
Susan Sarandon
Yeah, she got one.
for
So
that role
yeah, specifically for that.
because she's fucking Susan Sarandon.
Yeah. So yeah,
Like, sorry if people will in Hollywood will not respect you unless you had like on-screen appearances.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just sort of a, I don't want to call it a boys club because they do let women in there, even if it's still a boys club. But
It's just I don't know. I think they just see animation as slumming it.
they absolutely. There was
Like
a
having a quote unquote real actor in an animated project quote unquote elevates it.
yeah. There, I didn't actually read the quote, which is a great thing to say right before you talk about something. But Andy Serkis was talking about how like they used to really look down on video game voice acting, and they probably still do, but it's less so now.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, the hierarchy is like real movie, animated movie, video
Video game,
games,
and then YouTube below that.
YouTube, and like commercials are somewhere in there.
They probably rate commercials higher than like cartoons.
Yeah, I think so. But like the hierarchy is real.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm sure every voice actor knows this
yeah.
and laments it.
Seeing how much work some of those people have to do and they're not fucking millionaires is kind of crazy.
I wonder how the actress who plays Tails, because it's the same actress across pretty much all media,
Yeah,
feels about being like beside Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba.
yeah. Instead of fucking their cartoon and video game counterparts.
Like I'm sure her coworkers on everything else don't like begrudge her that, but
Yeah,
also it's got to be a weird feeling knowing that like no one else could replace you
yeah.
apparently.
You're the one that was irreplaceable despite being an important but side character.
I do wonder like what would that Sonic movie be like with Roger Craig Smith?
I
Would
I
it be
think
better? Would it be worse?
I think honestly it'd be just as good. Um Ben Schwartz is great, don't get me wrong. I like him. Um but I don't know. I don't know if he brings anything. I don't want to be too mean to Ben Schwartz, like Ben Schwartz knows who the fuck I am. Um, I don't think he adds anything surreal or insurmountable to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, I
I
know he's
think those
supposed to
movies
play a
would be just
younger
as good.
Sonic than we usually see, but also like Ben Schwartz does not have like super youthful energy to
I
begin
was gonna
with.
say I'm genuinely curious what the age difference is between fucking Ben Schwartz and Roger Craig Smith.
I want to say Ben's in like his like early 40s and Roger might be in his 50s.
Ben's 44. Not that one. There we go. Roger's 50. So about 6 year
Yeah.
gap. I don't think that's a huge gap, but I'm not a casting director, I suppose.
I feel like it would have been just as good a product and with a bigger budget if they had cast Roger instead. But
Yeah. Well, you've seen
like I
what
don't
they'll.
even think Ben Schwartz is he's not that much of a draw for people to get it butts in seats. Like Idris Elba probably got people to go see
Yeah,
Knuckles.
that's the thing. Again, Ben Schwartz, great actor, but no one's going to see Sonic the Hedgehog because they heard Ben Schwartz is Sonic the Hedgehog.
No one's going to see Sonic the Hedgehog because they love Ben Schwartz in Parks and Rec.
Are you
They might go
telling
see
me nobody
Mario
went
because
to
they
see
love Chris
Mario?
Pratt in Parks and Rec. Ugh. Yeah. Well, we can whine about celebrity casting all we want. It's not going to change anything.
Sadly, no. They're gonna fucking keep spending that money, putting Childish Gambino in the Yoshi seat or whatever for $1 million or $2 million.
But hey, you know who gets to do lots of voice acting? Michael Dorn and LeVar Burton.
Goddamn right.
And I guess Frakes does some too.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. It wasn't him, but you thought Data's actor was in Invincible.
Mm,
Um,
Spiner, yeah.
yeah, Brent Spiner.
He does things sometimes.
He definitely does things sometimes. I've seen him in other stuff.
Fucking Picard loves money so much.
It's every time I feel like he's done, he comes back. So I don't know, maybe Emoji Movie 2.
His 25-year-old girlfriend has very expensive tastes, I'm guessing.
If I was Patrick Stewart's girlfriend, I would also have very expensive taste.
How old is his girlfriend, actually? I know she's, like, significantly younger, but
I
it's
would
probably not,
believe
like,
it.
20.
How old is Patrick Stewart?
Oh, he's, like... Uh,
85.
Patrick
Goddamn.
Stewart's wife is Sunny Ozell. They have a 38-year age difference.
Okay, so she's like in her 40s, late
Yeah, that's okay.
40s.
He's no DiCaprio.
Yeah, thank God.
He's 85 years old.
Yeah.
Still at it.
Still got it. Shatner's 10 years older than him. It still doesn't feel like it.
He's still eating cereal out of his car.
He sure is. In a bowl. That's. I'm just trying to imagine the circumstances that would lead you to bring a bowl of cereal into your car.
Damn, Frakes is 73? That's crazy.
Is he? Damn. I don't think I've seen Frakes in a while.
I think he mostly directs now.
That makes sense. Yeah, more behind the camera stuff.
I think he's still pretty involved with like the new Star Trek as a director.
Oh, is he? Did he direct or produce or anything for the Picard show that everybody loves?
He was in it. I think he also directed a couple episodes.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I think a lot of the TNG actors like got their chops directing on TNG, and then I think Frakes is like the most prolific of them, the one who took to it the most.
Yeah, I believe it. Did he direct multiple Star Trek movies?
Movies? I'm not sure about the movies.
Oh, I thought he directed movies. Because I know.
I know he did a lot of episodes.
Okay. Because I know Shatner and
yeah, because they represent Futurama. He directed First Contact, which is not a good movie.
Oh, that's a shame. Got such a great performance out of me because I respected me so much. All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's close it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Anything to say to your mother?
Thanks for putting up with all my bullshit, Mom.
Thank you for not putting antennas in my head and making me a slave,
Yeah.
Mom.
Harder than you'd think these days. All right.
Thanks for keeping the temperature at a cool 76.
Cool 70. No, I don't want to say it on Mother's Day on the podcast. Have a good Mother's Day, everybody. Hug your mother.
Hug your mother.
Bye.
Bet.